Welcome back everyone. So yeah, this is a Tagalog version of it. So kung naiintindihan niyo ako, that's better. Alright? So yun nga, this is just a practice video na kung saan try natin kaya hanapin itong si tension 1 at si tension 2. Alright? Dito sa diagram na to. Alright? So magsimula na tayo. So basahin muna natin yung problem. A box is supported by a system of strings. Tensions T1 and T2 if the mass of the box is 50 kilogram. Alright? So, okay, meron tayong diagram. So, ito, assuming na ito yung ceiling, yung task part ng kwarto natin, yung ceiling, kumbaga, on the top surface. Alright? Okay, tapos ito yung, yung mga system of strings. Ayan, dito sila nakakonekta, no? Alright, so that's good. Ngayon, before we begin having this what we so-called solution, let's try to understand the problem and then mag-analyze tayo. Una, let's try to understand. Una, alam niyo ba ibig sabihin ng tensions? Tensions, this is what? Basically, yun yung parang yung nagpupupull sa iyo. Alright? You're the ones that pulls you. Okay? So, itong tensions kasi part to ng what type of forces. Ang tinatawag natin ay tensional force. Na kung saan ang objective lang niya is to pull you. Okay, kumbaga ipupull ka. So as you can see, meron kang dalawang tensions, okay, which represents as strings. Okay? So dahil pinupull ka, ano kayong direction niya? Ang direction niya ay away from the object. Pag ganun yung direction niya, tapos ganun din. Okay? It pulls you. Okay? It pulls you. And dahil dito, yun nga, nakalutang siya sa air, that means talagang pinush ka niya. Pinush tuloy. Like pinul ka niya talaga. Alright? To stay still. Okay? Pero, hindi lang kasi tensional force ang given dyan. Yung tension 1, tension 2. That's not the only given. But also, syempre, I see weight. Huwag mong kalimutan si weight. Kasi si weight din ang magbababari. Okay. Kasi kapag si tension lang tutulog sa taas, di ba dapat itong box na to andito na siya andito na siya, di ba? Pero thanks to the weight, okay, naka stationary position siya. Nasa steady position lang siya, kumbaga. Okay? So syempre, si weight din andito. It pulls you downward. And then there's this tension who pulls you upward. Alright? Therefore, nakalutang lang siya. Alright? So this is your, sorry. This is your weight o yung timbang ng box. Okay. Ngayon, pansin nyo to, di ba, oo, naka-support tong box by a system of strings, tapos may timbang siya, tapos hindi naman siya gumagalaw. Ano ang ibig sabihin nito kapag hindi siya gumagalaw? Alangan, ibig sabihin nun wala namang gumalaw sa kanya, di ba? I mean, to put it in an English way, no one exerted force on this box, right? No one. No one touched the box, no one pushed the box, no one hit the box here. Wala. Basically, it's at rest. Okay. Despite the force that acting on that box, kahit na may mga force dyan, hindi pa rin siya gumagalaw. So kapag dito gumagalaw, therefore, yung net force, okay, meron dito ay equal to 0. 0. Okay, 0 ang net force dito. Okay, 0. Alright? Or you know what, lagyan ko ng RF, mas maganda pa to. Resultant force is equals to 0. Pares lang sila lang. Okay? So, net force, okay, kung di nyo alam, alright, net force or resultant force, yan yung sum of all forces. Okay? Addition lang to, lahat yan. Alright? Pero since kasi may mga ibang yung direction, okay, ito kasi vertically downward to yung wave, then itong si tension, meron siyang dalawang component. Isa, papuntang horizontal, X, isa papuntang pataas, Y. Okay? Let this be X sub 1, Y sub 1. Ganun din dito, it goes horizontally left, okay, X sub 2, and may siyang isa pang vertical component that goes upward. So this is Y sub 2. Alright? So therefore, okay, F net nito, since kasi ganyan lang yung given nito, hindi lang addition lang yan. Right? That's not addition. Okay? Gamitin ko lang si RF ha. Patawarin niyo ako. Okay? Hindi to addition. Okay? Hindi to addition. Rather, ano to? Gagamit siya ng Pythagorean theorem. Okay? Una, combination lahat ng X component ng resultant forces. Okay? Plus, combination lahat ng resultant forces sa Y component. Okay? Dahil kasi meron siya, okay na sana to vertical. Pero, dahil meron kang diagonal line, it will give you two components. Isa sa horizontal, isa sa vertical. Ganon din dito. Isa sa horizontal, isa sa vertical. Okay, ganon din. Kaya ang resulta nito ay, okay, ang resulta nito lahat ay, 0. Kasi, yung box nito, hindi naman siya gumagalaw. Okay? Despite the force, yung mga tensional forces at yung weight, hindi sila gumagalaw. Okay? Despite na yung weight ang nag-a-act sa kanya, the weight pulls you down, and then the tensional forces is also, pulling you upward, still 0. Kasi di naman gumagalaw si box. Okay? So kahit na may nag-act ng force, ibig sabihin nun, 0 yung resultant force mo overall. Okay, overall. Alright? So, this is an example of what? First law of motion. Okay, first law of motion. Okay, ika nga dun sa statement, if object remains at rest, it will remain at rest. If the object moves at a constant speed, then it will remain moving at a constant speed unless there is an external force acting on them. Ibig sabihin nun, di naman gagalaw yung object eh. Okay? Since di naman gagalaw yung object, di rin siya gagalaw. Okay? Kung yung kotse nagda-drive lang in a constant speed, meaning hindi siya bibilis at hindi rin siya babagal, then the car will just move at a constant speed. Oo. So therefore, kapag naka-constant speed yung object at, or let's just say, kapag naka-constant speed yung object or hindi siya gumagalaw, yung resultant force mo ay 0. Pero kapag yung sabi natin kotse, nasa constant speed, pero bumabagal siya, hindi 0 na to. Kasi nagbabago na yung speed. Yun yung external force nag-a-act sa kanila. Okay? Kapag yung object na hindi gumalaw, tapos ginalaw ko, hindi na 0 yung resultant force niya. Kasi ginalaw ko na siya. Therefore, ako ang nag-apply ng external force. Alright. See? Pero, look at this example. Hindi naman siya nakagalaw. Despite the force nag-act sa kanya, yung tensions and yung timbang, hindi pa rin siya gumalaw. Therefore, yung resultant force nito at o kaya net force is equal to 0. Okay. Since 0 to lahat, therefore, yung x component nito at yung wait lang at yung resultant force, okay, at yung y component nito, dalawa silang 0. Okay. Ibig sabihin nun, horizontal force. Okay, ano yung mga horizontal force natin? Yung x component ng tension. Okay? Okay. So despite na yun nga, nag-act pa rin yung mga movements, okay? Yung mga movements sa direction dahil sa tension, still 0 pa rin ang resulta. And yun nga, dito rin sa y, which is vertically component, ano yung mga vertical component natin? Ito, yung vertical component ng tension 1, vertical component tension 2, At syempre, yung timbang kasi vertically downward pero vertically oriented siya, okay, will remain at 0. Okay, kung 0 to, then 0 then yung x component at yung y component. Okay, ulitin ko, resultant force will be 0, then yung x component at yung y component niya, 0. Okay, so now, let's find the tensions. So, paano kaya to? Right? Paano kaya to? Alright? So, i-erase natin muna ito lahat. Okay? At least naiintindihan nyo na to ha. Naiintindihan nyo na to ha. Conceptual lang yung ginagawa ko. At least naiintindihan nyo to. Okay? Okay. Sige, sige. So, na yun nga, balik tayo dito sa weight. Okay. So, hanapin mo muna si weight kasi parang yun eh, wala siya yata siyang given. So, weight is equals to mass times the gravity. So, yung mass mo ay 50 kilogram times yung gravity which is 9.8 meter per second square. Gravity dito sa Earth, alright? So, okay, kung multiply din sila, 50 times 9.8, this is 490, oops. Okay, 490. Pangit sulat ko. Wait lang, sorry guys. Alright, there you go. This is 490 newtons. Yan yung weight mo. Alright, so, okay, burahin natin yung mga solution. Alright. Basta guys, if you want to get your weight, multiply mo lang ng mass at ang gravity. Okay, 9.8 ang gravity ha. Pero depende pa rin sa units na given. Okay? But yeah, I'll discuss about that in the next video. So yeah, this is 490 newton. Okay. So na magsimula tayo dito sa RFX or X component ng resultant force. So is equals to 0. So again, di ba ang resultant force yun yung sum of all di ba? Sum of all forces. Okay. Dito naman sa resultant force at X component, ano yung tinutukoy natin dito? Ang tinutukoy natin dito is sum of all horizontal forces. Okay, kasi X component, meaning, kukunin natin lahat ng mga horizontal forces. Alright? Sum of all horizontal forces. Ano yung mga horizontal forces natin dito? So, kanina napakita natin na, okay, itong si tension 1, si tension 2, meron silang X component or horizontal force pa rin. Kasi dahil diagonal line niya, dalawang component niya. Isa horizontal at isa vertical. Okay? Pero una, hanapin natin itong si X, di ba? Ito si X. Okay? Kasi horizontal muna hanapin natin. Alright? Ganun din dito. Okay, dahil diagonal line, so dalawang components ka meron. Unang component is yung horizontal component. At syempre, meron tayong vertical component. Okay? Nilagyan ko na ng number sa baba to further differentiate them. Alright? Okay. So, syempre, resultant force at X component, kukunin lang natin yung mga horizontal forces. So, what are the horizontal forces? So, ito, mga ito. Diba? So, okay, ano yung horizontal force ng tension 1? Tama, horizontal force ng tension 1. So, ang horizontal force ng tension 1 ay x1 is equals to T1 times cosine of yung angle dito, 50 degrees. Dito naman, okay, dito naman sa x sub 2, okay, so dito naman, ay, this is T sub 2 times cosine of 60 degrees. Okay, 60 degrees. Okay, paano ko ito nakuha? So, for example, meron kang diagonal line, tapos meron kang angle na theta na 4. So, again, kapag kasi diagonal line, meron dalawang components na given. Una is kapag, again, horizontal. And syempre, yung isa ay, vertical. So, paano ko kukunin si horizontal length? Okay, paano ko to kukunin? Paano to? How can I get the length of this? Ang formula niya ay, okay, kunwari ito si hypotenuse. Okay, hypotenuse niya. Okay, so this is h times cosine of theta or cosine theta. Kapag y naman, iba naman yun. Okay? Yes, h pa rin gamit, pero sine theta. Kumbaga guys, cosine is for the what? X, horizontal. Sine is for the vertical. Okay? So, ganun lang naman. Alright? Ganun lang naman. Okay? So, ngayon, hinahanap kasi natin si T1. So, yung T1, yun yung length ng force mo. Okay? Yun yung length ng force mo. Okay? Yung length ng force, yun yung parang, yun yung parang kasing position ng ng strings pa-diagonal. Kaya ito, this is what? Itong diagonal line, this is T1. And ito rin ay si T2. Itong diagonal line na to represents your tensional force. So kumbaga parang tong hypotenuse. So therefore, this is T1 times cosine given na angle 50 degrees. Tapos ito rin, T2 times cosine 60 degrees. Okay? Okay. So na yun, okay. Kung ito, okay, ito naman sa T1, nakadirect to the right, ibig sabihin nito, positive siya. Okay? Pero ito, direct to the left, ibig sabihin ito, negative to. Okay? Explain ko kung bakit. So, ilagay natin lahat ng mga given dito. Okay? What are the horizontal forces na meron dito sa sa resultant force of the x component? So, syempre, una, lahat ng mga horizontal forces. So, we have T1 times cosine 50 degrees. Okay? Plus, sabi ko kanina, ito ay negative. So, this is negative T2 times cosine of 60 degrees. Okay? Is equal to 0. Bakit? Bakit kaya negative? So, recall natin yung Cartesian plane. Alam nyo ba to Cartesian plane? So, Cartesian plane, ito si x-axis, ito si y-axis. Itong itong naka-separated na na parts, these are what you call the quadrants. So, kapag yung yung direction niya to the right, positive siya. Usapang horizontal to Usapang horizontal na direction. If ito nakatutok sa papuntang right, positive siya. Pero kapag nakatutok to siya to the left, negative siya. Kumbaga opposite lang siya ng right direction. If it goes to the right, positive. But if it goes to the left, negative. How about naman kapag pataas at pababa, or in other words, vertical, vertical position. So kapag pataas ka, pagpataas, positive. Okay, positive. Pero kapag pababa, negative. Okay? So in other words, if you're going to the right or going upward, positive value or positive value. Okay? Okay? Like right or pataas or both. Kumbaga, you form a diagonal line, positive value. Okay, positive. Pero kapag pababa or pakaliwa, negative value ang bibigay dyan. So since tingnan mo, si negative T2 cosine 60 degrees, negative siya kasi yung horizontal component niya ay papuntang kaliwa. That's why negative siya. Okay na. Okay, that's very good. Okay. Sigurahin ko lang to Okay. Excuse me guys. Wait lang pasensya mo. Okay, ito na. Next naman, paano naman yung like ko rito si RFY. Okay, RFY. Kumbaga, resultant force at Y component. Okay? So yes, zero pa rin siya. So ngayon, hanapin natin yung mga what? Mga vertical forces naman. Ito, okay, lahat ng horizontal forces. The sum of all horizontal forces. Dito naman, the sum of all vertical forces. So, ano yung mga vertical forces meron doon? Una, si y1. Okay? Di ba kanina, kapag x hinahanap, magiging t1 times cosine. Pero kapag pataas, o baka vertical, gagamitin natin ay t1 times sine 50 degrees. So ito ay, okay, t1 times sine of 50 degrees. Plus, ito rin si y sub 2. So since patas din siya, so ito ay, okay, is equals to t2 times sine of 60 degrees. Ganun lang yun, okay? Okay, t2 times 60 times sine of 60 degrees. So kung nagtaka ka, bakit ito positive? Yung x niya, to the left. Oo, horizontally, negative siya kasi papuntang left. Pero ang tinutukoy natin is yung vertical forces. So vertical lang, hindi kasama si x. Okay, yung mga horizontal hindi siya kasama. Yung mga vertical lang. So okay, eto si y, papunta siyang pataas. Okay, kikita mo naman direction ng arrow. Drawing ko, di ba? Pataas siya. So that means positive. Okay, positive siya. Alright? Ito naman sa second tension, yung y direction niya pataas din. Therefore, positive din. So therefore, positive siya. At ang huli, huwag kalimutan si timbang. Okay? Lagay ko rito, minus 490 newtons. Bakit minus? Okay? Bakit minus? Kasi, si weight, kasi di ba siya nagpo-pull down sa'yo. Okay? Siya nagpo-pull down sa'yo. Alright? So, dahil yun nga, siya nang humihila sa'yo pababa, that means, ang direction nito ay pababa rin. Okay, so, weight is always vertically downward. Position niya ay palaging downward, vertically talaga. So, therefore, dahil pababa ang direction niya, negative. Okay? So, that's it. So, na yun, yes, ang goal natin is hanapin natin si T1 at si T2. Okay, let's go. So, T1 times cosine 50 degrees minus T2 times cosine of 60 degrees is equals to 0. Ngayon, ito gagawin mo. Okay? Pumili ka ng isang tension. T1 or T2, ikaw bahala. Okay? Tapos yan ang isa sa substitute natin dito. Naalala niyo yung systems of system of equations. Okay? Ang gagawin na lang natin is mag-substitute tayo. Okay? Una, try natin mag-derive dito. Tapos kung ano na-derive natin dito, i-substitute natin siya dito. Alright? So, kung hindi nyo mag-gets, okay, I'll give you the first step. Pumili kayo kung anong pipili nyo, T1 or T2. So, para sa akin, pipiliin ko si T1. T1 pipiliin ko. Right? So, this one, okay, para ma-derive ko at matira lang si T1, so, transpose ko to sa kanan, I will have T1 times cosine of 50 degrees is equals to T2 times cosine of 60 degrees. Okay? Ngayon, sabi ko ulit, di ba? T1 ang pinili ko. So, dapat mag-isa lang siya dito sa left side nito. So, by doing so, I will divide both sides by cosine 50 degrees. So, T1 is equals to T2 times cosine 60 degrees all over cosine 50 degrees. Okay na. Okay, this is 50 degrees. This is 50 degrees. Ngayon, ang gagawin na lang natin is i-substitute natin si T1 sa T1 dito. I-substitute natin siya dito. Alright? So, dahil dyan, T1 is equals to T2 times cosine of 60 degrees. Dahil may sine, okay, wait lang ha. Okay, this will be like times, sine 50 degrees all over, okay, all over, yung baba niya ay cosine 50 degrees. Paano ito nangyari? Kasi if you're going to multiply a fraction and a whole term, okay, mangyayari dyan, mapupunta siya sa numerator. Alright? Let's just take it slowly. Diba, cosine 60 degrees, okay, over cosine 50 degrees, diba? Tapos times sine 50 degrees. Okay? Ang mangyayari dyan, mapupunta si phi, mapupunta si sine 50 degrees dito. Alright? Kasi if you're going to multiply a whole number or a whole term, yung denominator nila is always equal to 1. So therefore, this is cosine 60 sine 50 all over cosine 50. Yan yun yung itsura. Alright? So that's it. Okay. Okay na. So burahin ko lang to. Sansya na kung naglalag to ha. Tawarin niyo ako. Alright? That's it. There we go. Okay. Now, okay, this one plus T2 times sine 60 degrees minus 490. Okay. So na yun, pansin nyo, T2 lang ang given. No? T2 lang ang given. So siya lang yung missing. So dahil dyan, alright, hanapin natin si T2. Okay? Hanapin natin si T2 since kasi siya lang yung missing part dito. Alright? So we need to find them. Okay? Pero bago muna lahat yan, ibura ko muna to ha. So sana nakopya nyo na to, okay? Or yung listen, right? Or nasa notes nyo na yan. Okay, or sa scratch paper whatsoever. Alright? So burahin ko lang to ha. Burahin ko lang to. O, tapos kopyahin ko to. Okay? So burahin ko lang to. Okay, sorry guys ha. Burahin ko lang to. Para may space ako. Eh, sadya na rin kung nagkokosto ng lab. Alright? Lang ha. Okay, there you go. Ayan. And so this is T1 is equals to T2 times cosine 60 degrees all over cosine 50 degrees. Ayan. Okay, cosine 50 degrees. Ayan na. So na hanapin natin si T2. Okay? So punta tayo dito sa to formula. Punta tayo dito. Alright? So transpose natin si negative 490 newtons sa kanan. Okay? So magiging ano to? T2 times cosine 60 degrees, okay, times sine of 50 degrees all over cosine of 50 degrees plus T2 times sine 60 degrees is equals to 490 newtons. Okay? So, here's the thing. Alright? Mas maganda kapag simplification, di ba? So, kita nyo itong si sine 50 at si cosine 50 degrees. Kita nyo ito. Pwede ko silang i-combine eh. Okay? Ang mangyari dyan, di ba, maging T2 times cosine 60 degrees. Ay, sorry, naging cos 60. Ayan, sorry guys. Ayan, wait lang ha. Okay, so cosine 60 degrees times ito, sine 50 degrees all over cosine 50 degrees. Pwede ko itong gawin yan para ma-separate ko sila. Tapos yun, plus T2 times sine 60 degrees is equals to 490 Newton. Okay, 490 Newton. Ayan, there we go. Ayan. So, ito, naalala nyo ito, if sine x over cosine x is given, therefore, this is equivalent to tangent x. Yes, magka-equivalent lang sila. Alright? So, since meron tayong sine 50 degrees over cosine 50 degrees, therefore, alright, this can be rewritten as cosine 60 degrees times, okay, again, sine x over cosine x is equals to tangent. Tapos, kopyahin mo yung angle nila parehas, 50 degrees. Okay? So, kung ganun, why can I, tawag ito? Kung ganun, bakit kaya hindi pwede kapag magkaiba ng angle? Kunwari, ito si 50 degrees, tapos ito si 60 degrees. Hindi pa rin yan because the answer for that will never be the same. Hindi pa rin parehas. dapat magkapares tong angle. Kung ito si 60, dapat si sine ay 60 rin to. Just like this one, if this is 50 degrees, dapat yung cosine ay 50 degrees. Para ma-simplify natin to into tangent. Right? Okay na. So yun, T2 times sine 60 degrees is equals to 490 Newton. So na yun, i-factor out ko si T2. So magiging T2 times cosine 60 degrees times tangent of 50 degrees plus sine of 60 degrees is equals to 490 newtons. Okay? So, para matira lang si T2 sa kabilang side, alright? So, we need to divide both sides by cosine of 60 degrees times tangent of 50 degrees plus sine of 60 degrees. Okay, so wala tayong space. So, burahin ko na to ha. I will erase the left side. Alright, burahin ko lang to. Okay. Sorry guys ha. Patawarin nyo na ako. Okay, wait lang ha. Burahin ko lang to. Okay, burahin ko lang, burahin ko lang, burahin ko lang. Okay. So na yun, ang mangyayari dyan, this would be T2 is equals to 490 Newton all over cosine of 60 degrees times tangent of 60 degrees. Ay, 60 tuloy. Oh, sorry. 50 pala to, 50. Alright, this is 50 degrees plus sine of 60 degrees. Alright, so we can use our calculator. Gamitin natin calculator. So this is 490 all over cosine 60 degrees, okay, times tangent of 50 degrees plus sine of 60 degrees. So approximately, this is 335 point, 0.18 Newton. So ayan na si T2. O tapos na. Alright? Pero for T2 lang ha. Tapos na para kay T2. Pero wala pa si T1. Alright? So, anong gagawin natin? Since meron ka ng T2, i-substitute na lang natin siya dito para makuha natin si T1. Alright? So, wala na akong choice guys, kundi burahin ko na to ha. Okay? Burahin ko na to. Okay, burahin ko kaya to, no? Sige, burahin ko na lang. Sige. Ito na lang ha. Pero kung wala talagang space talaga, pasensya nyo na ako. Okay? Okay, guys. Okay. So, ano ito? Sige nga, burahin ko na nga lang ito kasi baka, baka wala natin space o espasyo mo. Baka. Sige ha. Okay. Now, you can substitute it and you can type your answer here. Let's take a look kung parehas tayo ha. Okay, teka lang. Alright, there we go. Ayan. That's it. So now let's substitute. Dito na mas maganda na. So T2 is equals to, T1 is equals to 305.18 newtons times cosine 60 degrees all over cosine of 50 degrees. So obviously, this would be an approximate answer. So ang mangyari dyan is 335.18 times cosine 60 all over cosine 50. So, teka lang. May syntax error. teka lang. Ayan. So, approximately this is 260.72 newtons. And there you go. Tapos na ang ating problema dahil meron na tayong solution at sagot. Ito pa rin si Math Angel Vade and see you later. Yun ang masasabi ko. All right? I'm always here to guide you in answering mathematics. All right? See you.